All right, now we have Tal against Spassky.
And now we have Tal against Spassky, and we have a Spanish this time. And Spassky is playing with black. Usually, he didn't play too well against Tal, because Tal was very, strong attacking player like this. He tried to mate you in any position. And this one will be a very nice exception. Well, Tal tried, but finally he was at a little bit the limit. We'll see how. Yeah? So castle, and now h3. H3. This order tries to avoid the martial attack. Normal after c3, d5, black can play the martial attack. I mean, giving a pawn for initiative.
Yeah.
Very complicated, but okay. In this order, is different. So bishop b7. d3, modest like this, but modest. You come into some other line, d3, d6, c3. All right, so now b8. Now we have the so-called Breyer variation for black with these moves d3 instead of d4. This is the difference, but okay, it's a possible, it's playable. So knight bd2, knight bd7, knight f1, no? And knight c5, bishop c2. Theory, everything. Rook e8, knight g3, bishop f8. Well, okay. Knight f8, b4, back, bishop b3, a5. Okay, a5, a3. Now he has time to takes, and now it's a race. Black is inviting white to play on the other side. I mean, white is coming on the other side, and black is coming into the center, and by playing c5 later on, he comes on the queen side. I mean, he has some counterplay on the queen side. Well, the problem is now who is coming first in this kind of position, as usual. So knight f5, d5, yeah. Knight h4, c5, no?
Yes.
Queen f3, everything is prepared. Tal is preparing the attack, Rook e3, rook g3, this is the idea,
Yeah.
Rook e3, so c4, bishop c2. Pardon, rook g3 first, pardon. Now, if you take the bishop in b3, it's very bad for black, because he has time to take the knight in h6 with check, and the attack is devastating, for black, I mean, comes with check, takes in f7, then very strong attack for white, probably winning. So, again, you have to be very, very careful here with black, So king a7, and bishop c2, of course, and d4. All right, d4, queen f3. Now, Spassky found a very nice move. Probably he was prepared to play such a position. And he found this very good idea, rook a6. Rook a6, defending the knight from f6 and defending the sixth rank. This is very important for the next moves, later on. So rook a6.
Rook a6.
Rook a6, yeah. Now he's defending the position, and white has to decide what to do. And as usual, white has two possibilities here, to accept the fact that he gives you the possibility to sacrifice something, and of course, Tal couldn't resist, and he sacrificed a piece here. It seems for a very strong attack, but black can defend. He took in h6. But instead of taking in h6, it seems that the best way to do something for white was like this. D takes c4, b takes c4, yeah? And now knight takes d4. Knight takes d4. D4.
Yeah. Okay.
Now takes in d4, e5 check, yeah? d3, yeah? And queen takes b7. Crazy position, but it seems that white is a little bit better here. Later on, they analyzed and they said that it was the best way to do it, for white. But anyways, a crazy position.
Who analyzed it? Tal?
Spassky, Tal, everybody. But
okay.
Later on, Tal, recognized the fact that he couldn't resist in such a position to give a piece. And he thought he's winning, of course, and he took in h6. As always, I mean, if he had a possibility to give a piece for a very strong attack, he gave a piece, of course. But this time was not okay. I mean, in this position, black could defend, later on. but playing exceptional moves later on, we'll see. So now he took in h6, he took, and okay, the attack continues. Again, you have to be very careful with black. You can lose in very sharp way here with black if you make one or two small mistakes. So now look what the move here. The best move here, rook a queen a8. The move, this move moves the queen on the big diagonal, but the queen is very far away from the king,
From the king.
So if nothing happens in 2-3 moves, then black can resist.
But why is this the best? Because
it's the best, because now he's threatening to take in d3, and the pawn from e4 is attacked 3 times.
okay.
The queen, the bishop, and the knight. And because of this, he has time to defend the position, his king. So white has to do something very quickly, and he took another, he gave another piece for attack. So, okay, he took, typical for Tal, he check, now king h8, and bishop take h6. It seems fantastic for white,
Yeah.
But here, because of this rook there, he has time to defend, you'll see. Move by move, So rook g8, of course. Almost a miracle, but logical, But black has many pieces, Too many pieces, and white can't attack. I mean, he has only 3 pieces to attack. It's not enough, you see. So, okay, queen e8 again.
Usually 3 pieces are enough, but not in this.
Not here, not here, because too many pieces would defend the king, Okay. So queen e8, f4. Well, this is the last hope to open completely the game,
This rook here is defending this knight.
He's defending, yeah. Because of this, black is safe, for the moment. So, okay, now again, excellent move. Knight h7. He's defending everything. He's no mate, not mating attack in a few moves. And black is taking the initiative enough, later on. White is also a little bit in time trouble here. And the position is already very difficult because he has now enough attacking chances, Black has many pieces to defend, and he comes to a counter-attack very quickly, you see, with black. So right, bishop h4, because if not, it's even worse, And now after rook takes, bishop takes, you see, the first wave of attack is, is not decisive. I mean, white couldn't do something very quickly, and black is coming, very quickly in a few moves. So everything forced. Queen g4 is the only move now. Rook g6 with tempo. Now queen there. And now he accepts the fact that he opens the game. But he's piece up, And the king is safe. For the moment, the king is safe, and black is much better already. Okay, queen takes. And f6. Again, very strong, because now has time to put a piece in e5 later on. You don't have time to attack with some kind of check on the black squares or something, and it's almost decisive, So here...
And this rook here is doing nothing.
Well, for the moment, he comes later on in f2, in f1, but it's too late, So now he took, you have to take, and you see, fantastic, the knight is coming.
With tempo.
Now black is winning, this is clear, So you have to move back. And again, with tempo again, now he's threatening to take in h3. Now again, forced. What did he play? King h2 or what? King h1. Yes. King h1. And now, finished. Because he could open completely the position, but with a piece, he's attacking himself, He's almost made for white here,
Yeah.
And the pawn from d4 is coming also. Right? Okay, now he took. No?
He resigned.
Well, it's nothing to do. Piece up for nothing, and the attack continues, Yeah.
So.
Well, punishment. This time. It happens. From time to time. I tell you, this was the big difference. We come back to this idea. We explained it many times. The main difference between Tal and Fischer was this one. When Tal sacrificed the piece, usually it was correct, But sometimes, with a small hole like this game.
Yeah.
When Fischer sacrificed the piece, his opponent could resign everything was perfect,
So now,
No, you could resign, quietly like this. Yeah. The main
no joke.
difference. Yeah. Okay. Very instructive game, Maybe some mistakes, of course. I tell you, if Tal chose the other variation, it was very unclear who could win, But like this, giving a piece in h6, which seemed very strong,
Yeah.
it seemed very strong, almost decisive every move. But just by miracle, Black could defend. Well, he played some fantastic moves, Rook a6, Queen a8, and so on. It was move by move, and of course, Spassky was also exceptional player, and he found all this move. And finally, he could realize his advantage. Piece up, okay. Every very strong grandmaster could win. Almost, because it was Tal, Tal was the opponent.
Nice.
But even Tal, as I told you, human being. He was not computer.
Yes.
If the computer gives you a piece, again, you can resign probably, because you can't find the continuations. But here, okay, it happened.
Yes. Thank you, Mr.
You're
Gheorghiu.
welcome.